Hi, this is your host Rita. In the last video, we talked about the mining sector on the continent. Today, we will immerse into another very passionate topic: women empowerment on the giant continent. What is the role of female gender contribution to development and urbanization? The challenges faced by the young girl in the African society over the years. These are intriguing and interesting questions we will face in this video. In the vast and diverse landscape of Africa, a powerful movement is growing, igniting the flame of empowerment among young girls and women. Despite historical challenges and a maze of social inhibitions, African women are rising above adversity, embracing education and rewriting their own narratives. This video explores the captivating journey towards women empowerment in Africa, highlighting resilience, strength, tenacity on a continent reclaiming its own destiny. Africa is a melting pot of cultures, with its unique tapestry of traditions and narratives. Amidst these diverse backgrounds reside African women whose journey towards empowerment are as vast as the landscape they inhabit. Also, education has emerged as a fundamental tool in transforming the lives of African women and girls. Across the continent, visionary leaders, humanitarians, and advocates manifest the belief that education is key to breaking the chains of poverty and inequality. Furthermore, empowering women. Some ways to support women empowerment in Africa are education and skill development, promoting access to quality education for girls, women, supporting initiatives that provide scholarships, mentorship, and networking. Secondly, economic empowerment, facilitating resources, microfinance, and entrepreneurship programs that target women. Thirdly, health and well-being, improving access to quality health services, including reproductive health, family planning, and maternity care. Fourthly, leadership and participation, encouraging women's participation in decision-making processes at all levels, including businesses and community development. Advocates for gender-inclusive policies and legislation to ensure the protection of women's rights and representation. Lastly, social and cultural change. Challenge harmful social norms and stereotypes that limit women's opportunity and reinforce gender inequality, and promote media literacy and content that counters gender stereotypes. It is important to actively involve women in the design and implementation of these initiatives to ensure the effectiveness of sustainability. Notwithstanding, women in Africa face various challenges that hinder empowerment progress. Some challenges include gender inequality. Women in Africa often face discrimination and unequal treatment in various spheres of life, including education and employment. Limited access to education. Many girls in Africa face challenges in accessing quality education, such as poverty, social norms, early marriage, and gender-based violence. Economic disadvantage. Women in Africa often have limited access to financial resources, lack of job opportunities, and face wage gaps compared to men. Health and maternal mortality. Women in Africa face higher rates in maternity and have limited access to quality healthcare services, including reproductive health and family planning resources. Lastly, cultural norms and stereotypes. Deep-rooted cultural norms and stereotypes can restrict women's opportunity and perpetuate gender inequality. These norms often limit women's role to household responsibilities and caregiving, limiting the participation in broader social and economic spheres. In conclusion, addressing these challenges requires tackling gender inequality, strengthening legal frameworks, promoting gender-responsive policies, improving access to education and healthcare, and engaging men and boys as allies in the fight for gender equality. It requires efforts from government, civil society, organizations and communities to create an enabling environment for women's empowerment in Africa. Implementing all these strategies to raise the African woman as an actor to the continent's development. That stated, we draw a conclusion to this video. Let each African woman rise and shine. See you in another video for another passionate topic in the world of business and finances. Please leave comments below, like, share, and subscribe.